I want to begin by warping the loom and talking about tension. Well, tension is really important. If you have too tight of a tension, it makes it really difficult to weave. And if you have it too loose, it's actually also hard to weave because you can't get across your loom. So here I am. Now, your natural inclination is to like yank it tight, right? And go across, like hold this and make it tight. It's too tight. By the time you finish weaving like even 3 rows, you're gonna have a hard time getting across. So I always like to leave it loose. You want to make it tight, but you gotta tell yourself, please do not do that, loosen up. So I just put my finger here so that I don't yank on it. So then I let go, and I put my finger here, and I warp across. But again, always letting some slack through. And you'll find that with different yarns, your tension will be different, and you're just gonna have to weave a sample first just to test it. Some yarns you could probably pull a little tighter and it'd still be okay, like really elasticy yarn. But in general, because the pin loom has 3 layers of warp, it is difficult to have a tight tension on your 3 warp layers and then still try to weave across. So this is loose here. Look, this is what I'm talking about. So if it was tight, like tight across, I can't even press, I mean, it's pretty taut. So I'm gonna loosen that back up, go across. Again, let it go, and then pull your warp again. You don't need to hold on to your warp. You don't have to hold on for dear life here. Just let it go. If you let it go each time, it gives a little bit of a slack, and I find that's helpful. I know it seems very loose and it won't weave up nice. Believe me, by the time you go across, it's gonna tighten up on you. And after a while, you'll find your favorite yarns to weave with, and then you'll know the tension automatically. But when you're working with the new yarn, I suggest just loosening up your tension. Okay, and we finished warping it. And just in case you're like, oh, I don't remember how many times to wrap the yarn, it's on the back of the loom. So it's 5 times. Okay, now let's talk about our first row. First row, you need to do this because you need to secure your weft onto your warp because everything's still very loose right now. But it's really easy again to pull too tight. I realize that people want to really get that row in and they pull so hard on that first row that it starts tightening up everything. So try hard not to pull that hard. Go across the loom. Because you're setting yourself up for a tight tension if you pull really hard because it tightens everything. So at this point I got it across. I'm getting closer to the end of the yarn. Now be careful. This is the loop here. You want to pull hard because that's what you feel like you should do. But if you see, this is your last strand here, and if you pull hard, it starts pulling on all the other strands. So I try to keep it not too tight. This should be able to go up and down still. But I think as beginning weavers, we pull it really tight and this thing can't even move. So I like it like this, a little loose, make sure everything's still bouncy. So now you see here, it has a bowing effect, right? So I usually use one of these packing forks, or I love these little vintage forks that I find at thrift stores. And you want to pull that row down to even it up. when you're packing it, it changes the tension too. So you're evening out the tension. Obviously don't pack it, you're not making a tapestry, don't pack it super tight. So the first row is the important row.